And we are off here. BDMallard versus ReijiGazpacho. Quick little trapdoor room here, timing those intermittent spike traps to get into the trapdoor there. And looks like another quick trapdoor, Shrine of Rhythm. Not generally something you're looking to take here. Oh, okay. No, looks like BDMallard gonna bomb for the heart transplant, looking for some time save down the line. Not gonna pop it right now, so yeah, I think gonna try and pop it later, maybe on the boss floor for a faster fight. Both races gonna be farming up their leprechaun, getting that lucky charm for that juicy bat immunity. Okay, Mallard's going to pop the heart transplant now. Gonna use it to grab this obsidian armor and this wrist charm. Gotta be careful with how aggressively you push with this heart transplant, though. If you're not careful, you just end up taking damage like we're seeing here. Thankfully, just a couple of small hits thanks to that obsidian armor. BDMallard only going down one heart for the trouble. Got a cracked wall here on 1-3. That's not going to be the blood shop anymore. That could be the glass shop or the transmog shop. Looks like we're not going to see it from either racer. Mallard out of bombs. Oh, does find a bomb next door. Maybe we will see it. And it is the glass shop. What's it got? Ooh, a glass cat. If that's a build you're comfortable with, that is an amazing shop to see. But Mallard, without a safe way to kill the glass shopkeeper, and also maybe not comfortable with running a glass cat, just gonna buy the shovel and move on. But Reiji finds the other glass move attack weapon available to us, and we see a glass rapier pickup out of the 1-4 boss chest. Whether or not you're comfortable with glass, I feel like you gotta take that, or you're just gonna lose so much time in Zone 2. Zone 2 on base dagger can be absolutely miserable. That said, on the note of losing time, BDMallard, unfortunately, no bombs left. Dagger only Coral Riff, having to take this real slow, and oh, Mallard going for the throw. That's a pretty hard commit to taking the weapon out of here. And yeah, gonna be running the glass rapier into Zone 2. Dueling glass rapiers in our second zone here. Reiji, I think, thinking there was a potion there, being disappointed to find no, it was just a big wall of stone walls. And Reiji actually going to get off of the glass rapier for the dagger of phasing and the health restore from this Shrine of Peace. Finding the conjure and going for a ring, picking up Ring of Regen and an obsidian torch for a little bit of mapping and a little bit of recovery. Mallard coming up on that peace shrine. We'll see if he makes the same play. Ignoring the peace shrine for now, going for a weapon swap. Gonna take the base staff over the glass rapier. Okay, gonna just use it to destroy the, to sacrifice to the, oh, and yeah, nice play! Using the enchant scroll on the glass rapier left on the ground to get a much more reliable titanium rapier, and I like that better than Reiji's phasing dagger. Yeah, that is a very tricky angle to see. Well done on Mallard to spot that approach. Is Mallard gonna spot this potion? Oh, taking a big hit there. Oh, looks like the dragon opened it up for him. So yeah, free potion for BDMallard, but Reiji is pushed up ahead into 3-1. I think the phasing dagger is slower than the titanium rapier, but Reiji does have about a floor and a half lead as things currently stand. Flawless victory for BDMallard as Reiji progresses on to 3-2. Coming in for this dire bat fight, Lucky Charm means you can safely rush it down. Very underwhelming shop. Not going to be taking anything out of that. BDMallard starting Zone 3. Reiji checking for potential food shop. It is the food shop. don't go for the throw kill. We've already seen that tragedy once on this stream. We don't need to repeat it. So just gonna buy the heart container and top up the health. I think that's wise. I think a lot of times racers are very committed to, if they find the food shopkeeper and they can kill it, they have to kill it. But it is a time-consuming process. Lining up for a safe kill and then going up and grabbing the gluttony charm. A lot of times it's better to just buy the food and go, like a law-abiding citizen. Reiji using that phasing dagger to sneak backstage and go for the silent takedown. Reiji now starting zone 4. Taking a few hits, but that Ring of Regen with that obsidian armor keeping their health high. Good use of the pulse spell there to soften up the blue dragon. I'm just going to use the pulse again to finish it off. And BDMallard is catching up, skipping the boss chests. BDMallard is looking to put the pressure on. Still looking pretty healthy with 4 hearts and a potion. Backtracking a bit, I think wants this bomb. But it is a floor difference here. Mallard needs to start turning on the jets here. Mallard with that bomb charm does only need 2 bombs for a fast Necrodancer fight. But this is a very ugly angle of approach for this blue dragon, and that's a big stomp coming in. Those blue dragons hurt quite a bit. Now we're going to be able to get to this exit room, but not unscathed. Reiji with some excellent usage of the pulse spell. Clear out these boss rooms. And Mallard gonna hit the boss shrine. I don't know that I like that here. It does boost the Titanium Rapier up to a nice 3 to 5 damage weapon. But extra bosses generally means slower Zone 5 exit rooms, if nothing else. Those Zone 5 exit rooms are so huge. The second boss often spawns very spread out from the first. Forces you to wander around in the room a bit extra. But 3 damage is very handy. It is going to make for a faster kill against Deep Blues coming up here. And I don't think Mallard has the time to be investing in minor armor upgrades like this. Reiji is pushing ahead. The Titanium Rapier can catch up, but only if you push it. Oh, and that is a disastrous Telemonkey for BDMallard, taking him as far away from the exit as possible. Reiji's just going to be able to comfortably walk to the finish line at this rate. And that's kind of what we're seeing. Reiji still taking fairly safe approaches, just full clearing the hallway enemies. And with that regen, yeah, there's still any hits he takes just getting patched right back up. Whereas BDMallard does not have that reliable recovery. BDMallard also not going for the quick kill on Deep Blues. With the 5 damage launch on the Rapier, you can just walk up the center there. And, yeah, it's just a little more time bleed that I don't think they can afford. Reiji had a very fast Deep Blues with the dagger throw and the pulse spell. Deadringer fight coming in for Reiji. We've got a lot of ways to kill this guy quickly. Reiji electing for a combination phasing dagger and earth kill. And here we go, coming up on the stage bomb here. Gonna pulse away the ogre and on to phase 2. Reiji looking very comfortable here, nothing particularly threatening. Lots of health for Cadence halfway through phase 2 of the fight. 2 hits to go. Final hit coming in here. Setting up that lure angle, and that is GG's Reiji taking game 1 fairly convincingly. BDMallard not too far behind. That angle to find that titanium rapier, very strong play, but just not going to be quite enough here. Yeah, I'm assuming BDMallard, like, poked the king in the top left corner and then chased it down to the bottom right. That approach is almost always the slowest choice you have. Even slower than, like, with any build, just killing all the pieces. That's generally going to be faster. Having to go back to the bottom corner to finish the king off is super slow. I didn't catch the kill myself, but I did see that he spent more time in there than just walking up the center would have taken. Walked up the king bottom and then had to chase him down. Yeah, that is the slowest choice of a deep blues fight. If you do not one-shot the king, teleporting him to the bottom is very, very slow. It is faster to just kill all of the enemies and not have to walk back to the bottom. And I don't mean to just be, offer scathing reviews of our racer's performance. I do, I generally prefer to try and make my commentary, educational in some sense. I just like to, I hope that, people who watch can learn a little bit about efficient play and how to improve their own game, so I'm not trying to be mean. Just, I do like to point out common mistakes I see to try and improve everybody's game a little bit. Alright, we got race 2. Oop, forgot to start the timer. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's sync up the streams a bit too. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that should be a little more synced. And we've got a quick Shrine of Blood here. Ooh, Reiji gonna go for the take on it. Yeah, I think with the swap on the bomb rewards for Shrine of Blood, honestly, both options are viable. Taking it and bombing it for regen, blood shovel, and I guess sometimes the random blood weapon's worth it. In exchange for going down to low health at the moment, or just bombing it unactivated for the supplementary Crown of Thorns. I think both options for Shrine of Blood are usually very strong, and you usually want to... Shrine of Blood has become a shrine you usually want to interact with in some way. I mean, it always was with the... But it was, I think it was a little too one-dimensional in its old state, where you just bombed it unactivated for Ring of Regen. Interesting choice from BDMallard to stick with the Pickaxe Blood Drum. Pickaxe Blood Drum is a little bit of an anti-synergy. Pickaxe Blood Drum does not allow you to dig any wall in one hit. Pickaxe still maintains its 1 hit per level of wall trait, so it's not good for the Necronancer fight. Oh, looks like Leprechaun getting away from BDMallard here. But BDMallard running this Glass Cat as Reiji passes up into Zone 2 and switches to an Obsidian Longsword. So BDMallard looking like they want to try and put some pressure on here with a very fast weapon. But you need to be able to keep this Glass Cat alive, and that can be tricky. But a shield spell helps. I'm kind of wondering if BDMallard's mimics are intentionally that way, or if it's like a misaligned sprite sheet that's causing them to be a weird scrolling effect like that. Mallard spending a bomb to get into this potion, a little unnecessary. Pickaxe here would save the resource. Flashline here, that's probably worthwhile to bomb for some armor, and BDMallard is indeed going to do that. And yeah, we're looking at things are evened up quite a bit. Both racers neck and neck now. Reiji just with a tiny distance advantage, starting this 2-3 a little bit ahead of BDMallard. But if Mallard keeps playing this Glass Cat efficiently, I think that lead might disappear. Good use of the shield spell. I really like that shield. Very aggressive push into the exit room. And Mallard takes the lead here. With the Glass Cat build, it is going to outpace that Obsidian Longsword if played efficiently. Ooh, Mallard going all out in the aggression, not even checking the boss chests. BDMallard really choosing violence right now, but also getting a little lost on this Zone 3 layout. It happens a lot. Titanium Longsword. Oh, Glass Armor getting smacked by that Goblin. Option to switch to Titanium Longsword is available here, but BDMallard not going to take it. Electing to stay on the Glass Cat. Keep trying to put on the pressure. Shield spell coming out to play a little safely there. And this is a quick exit find for BDMallard. And this is a situation where that blood shovel would be really handy. Just dig out of the shop. And Reiji able to route a little more directly to the exit, going to take the lead back. Yeah, Zone 3 mapping. Very often a great equalizer in races here. And we see Reiji's stronger Zone 3 mapping senses, allowing him to keep pace here. Missing the Flawless, though. Okay, BDMallard is going to check these boss chests. Finds Obsidian Flail, doesn't want it. I think hoping for a like safer but still fast alternative weapon to this bare Glass Cat. But Flail is very awkward in the late game. Those light boots are a nice find. Going to protect both our racers from the ooze hazard that's so prominent in this zone. This narrow passage into the exit room proving a little difficult for BDMallard, but does get through it, and Reiji maintaining a lead for now. But it is very close. See, the problem here is Reiji can afford some hits. BDMallard cannot. But that is exactly what happens to BDMallard there. And goes down. The Glass Cat is still alive. Still has plenty of health to buffer, but one damaged shard is not going to keep up with an Obsidian Longsword. BDMallard needs a bailout here. Gold Longsword, it's a little better, but it's still not doing much more damage. And unfortunately, BDMallard keeping the pressure up for a long time with that Glass Cat, but with it broken, and without a better alternative immediately available, BDMallard's pace is going to slow to a crawl here until they can increase their damage output. Nice use of the gold kill to finish off the Blue Dragon, but yeah, Reiji pushed way ahead now into Coral Rift 4 as BDMallard starts for 3. Does find the Obsidian Rapier though. Alright, that is gonna open the door for some potential catch-up. Ooh, that fire peak was dirty. BDMallard is down his potion. But coming up onto Coral Rift 4, Unfortunately, the thing is here, even though BDMallard has found a weapon that keeps pace or is even better than the Obsidian Longsword, Reiji has a 2-floor lead and, more importantly, has the bomb advantage. Mallard has that Blood Drum, but he's paired it with a pickaxe, and that pickaxe Blood Drum setup is not going to work on the Necrodancer stage. He does not have the health pool needed, and even if he did, it's very slow. And with Reiji still sitting on 6 hearts currently, with a potion ready and quartz armor, can't think of a world in which Cadence goes down here. I think BDMallard's only hope at this point is a Dorian death on Reiji's side in the Necrodancer fight. Coming up on the Deadmere fight. Oh, BDMallard, no, BDMallard. Okay, good shield. Saving, getting nailed by the shield at the last second there. Sneaking into the exit on half a heart. That regen patching him up, but... yeah, Reiji with a clean Deadringer. On to the Necrodancer fight now. It's gonna be able to bomb through and use the Blood Shovel to dig the Necrodancer off the stage for that early Phase 2 start. Halfway through the fight, and Dorian's still at full health. This is looking pretty much it. Oh, and Mallard misestimating the distance for the Blood Drum kill on Deadringer. Gonna go down to Deadringer dunk. As Reiji takes game 2. Yeah, it was a good push with the Glass Cat from BDMallard, keeping it alive for a long time. But Zone 4, as always, very tricky with Glass. And unfortunately going down into a shard in that halfway through 4-2. Was able to pivot into an Obsidian Rapier soon after, but the damage was kind of done. And here we go. Race 3 is on. This has been a really good set. Don't let the 2-0 fool you. BDMallard has been putting on tremendous amounts of pressure in these races. Oop. Quick little dunk from the Ghost on BDMallard's side. Honestly, if I'm in Mallard's series, I consider just giving that quick reset button a tap there. But Reiji with the quick lead here. Going to be finding a Trident. Ooh, and bombing for some Obsidian Armor. That's a Shrine of Darkness right next to the shop. Let's see what juicy goods it's got. Looks like nothing worthwhile other than the Obsidian Shovel. Reiji gonna opt for the Obsidian Armor over the Quartz Armor. Yeah, this Shrine of Darkness is a very strong start. Offers a lot of speed potential. We'll see how it goes. Another shop attached to the starting room. Looks like Reiji's not going to go check it, though. Reiji's going to push for the exit. Picks up a torch of walls. Oh, and that is a titanium harp, so I think that harp was actually worth taking over the trident. And Reiji, finding the pawnbroker, gonna just sell off of the Ring of Shadows. Sells another item to buy a glass torch. BDMallard also not checking that 1-3 shop. I kind of like checking that 1-3 shop in this position. It's right at the starting room. And 1-3's got a decent item pool. There could be some nice goodies in there. And Mallard is not going to be taking the ring cell here. And will be going into the Deep Blues fight. Not quite sure what the approach there was, but does take a night hit, so is not going to be getting the flawless reward. Does pass up Reiji in terms of positioning, though. And Reiji, Reiji going for purple chest on the base trident. I don't really like that decision. 1 damage is, unsurprisingly, not a lot of damage. Meanwhile, BDMallard is up to 3 because of the Banshee! Oh, the Banshee death for BDMallard. That is so unfortunate. Gotta be careful creeping around with that Ring of Shadows. But Reiji gets hit by the same Banshee! The trident's not a broadsword! Oh my goodness! Reiji, do you take that blood broadsword there? Try and get some health regen going. Yeah, okay. Checking this shop as well. What have we got? Nothing really worthwhile. The Crown of Teleportation does offer 1 hit of safety, which is probably good to have when you are on half a heart like this. Look at that green Banshee. Give her a pay raise. Giving both racers a good old smack here. Not quite able to get the kill on Reiji, but she came close. But Reiji with that blood broadsword. Oh, and now the heal spell. Reiji gonna be patching up that damage right quick. Getting into a safer spot here. Runaway Minotaur here, but gonna be mopping that up pretty quickly. And BDMallard with some good seed retention, running it back, getting back all the same equipment. Okay, looks like we're finally gonna see that 1-3 shop. It has courage. Both racers passed on free courage on their first run through. This is why you check those nearby shops. And, well, honestly, early Ring of Courage, like, not BDMallard with the Ring of Courage, this is kind of what Mallard needs to be able to stage some sort of comeback. Still got a long way to go, but Courage is such a strong ring. Especially with the right support. Ooh, Mallard dropping the flawless at the very end there, though. I gotta utilize that pulse spell well against Deep Blues. Pulse spell, honestly, I think a lot of people sleep on it because of its diagonal angle. I think it's probably the between like the offensive spells of like Pulse, Fireball, Earth. I think Pulse is the best one. Alright, Mallard. There we go. Handling that Banshee a little more smoothly here. And gonna be heading on to 2-3. Still a full zone bout to catch up for BDMallard. Shield spell protecting as he takes the trapdoor. Reiji finishing the Zone 3 boss and gets a bomb spell for their trouble. Going for the pulse kill on Fortissimo, not strictly necessary here. That 3 damage attack would have worked just fine. Yeah, BDMallard still playing a little scared with this courage. It's right in the name, you gotta play brave. Ooh, that Obsidian Cat pickup for Reiji, though. That's gonna make it a little harder for BDMallard to close the gap here. Cat, one of the strongest weapon types. We're seeing some pretty solid use of the spells on BDMallard's side, using that shield to body block the Minotaur from running away. BDMallard with a pretty quick Zone 3, starting to close this gap a little. Good pulse spell on the Coral Rift Hat. Probably going to see him skip the boss chest here and just try to make a push here. If BDMallard can also find this... Ooh, that's a big hit. Oh, that's another big hit. Oh, my goodness. BDMallard needs to go find some food. There might be some food in that gargoyle up there. But now, BDMallard now going the opposite direction away from this Obsidian Cat. I think might have needed to try and find that cat to keep pace here. Reiji kind of starting to add some distance on. Oh, and that Telemonkey. Telemonkey's not being kind to BDMallard today. Potion pickup for Reiji, solidifying his tankiness further. And BDMallard is having some issues with this Confusion Trap. The double courage build could come in handy in the long run, though, so I'm not counting BDMallard out yet, but Reiji is definitely making it hard for Mallard to initiate a comeback. Mallard with the switch to Winged Boots. I don't think that was intentional. I don't think I would have gone for it. Reducing down to two damage is probably not ideal here. I kind of feel like BDMallard, to catch up here, is going to need to have a little more confidence in the Harp Courage setup. Harp Courage is fairly strong because it gets a lot of incidental kills, which triggers Courage frequently. Oh, this is bad. Oh, goes for the shield, but it is not off of cooldown. And that's looking like it's going to be all she wrote here. Another good push from BDMallard, but just not quite able to go the distance. Gonna reset the siege and start another run back just in case a death does happen. But Reiji has a pretty tanky build here. It's looking pretty unlikely. Oh, and there's legal heavy plate for Reiji. And a food shop as well. Yeah, has the spare bombs, so gonna be grabbing Gluttony Charm, getting a little more health online. Yeah, Reiji all the way up to 6 hearts with heavy plate and a heal spell. Once again, we're kind of looking like BDMallard's only out is for the Necromancer fight to go significantly off the rails and to get Dorian killed. Deadringer coming in here. Looks like Reiji's just going to take the safe lures approach here. Oh, lures going a little off the rail, just going to smack the last bell. Yeah, at that point, the fight's pretty simplified. Not too much trouble to lure Deadringer into the gong. And we're on to the Necromancer. This is going to go into phase 2 quickly. We have Uprat. Do we see the Uprat strat? Please show me the Uprat strat. We don't see the Uprat strat. Reiji, you have let me down. How can you have Uprat and not even do the Uprat Necrodancer? That's alright. Reiji's gonna comfortably win this. Dorian's only taken half a heart. And there's the last hit. ReijiGazpacho taking it with the clean 3-0 sweep.